not Janet Eilber. He's not Rick Springfield, but when we did our rock block of summer movies about musicians, we promised it was coming, and for the month of love, we're doing 1984's Hard to Hold.
Rick Springfield is Jamie Roberts, a rock star on a roll.
You just leave me alone right now.
When the whole world is watching, love is hard to hold.
Rick Springfield, Janet Eilber, the rest of the cast is inconsequential.
But before we talk about that, should we talk about our new digs?
Oh, yes.
Our new, all of this.
We're on a real, actual set instead of a green screen now, so we don't have to spend time putting in a movie theater anymore. Now we have this lovely fireplace, so it's all good.
Let us know what you think. If you like the new digs, cool. If not, let us know down in the comments.
And recommend a contractor. So 1984 is Hard to Hold. Supposed to be a star-making vehicle for Rick Springfield because he was the heartthrob on General Hospital.
And here comes our new staff surgeon. No. Welcome to General Hospital.
Steve. Nice to see a friendly face when you walk in the door.
He had a massive hit with Jesse's Girl and some other songs, and they're like, I know, movie star.
If you're too scared to take a chance, then I don't want it.
So they kind of wrote a script.
No. I'm gonna serve them down. They didn't write a fucking thing.
They had a really big napkin, and then they hired a director.
Did they?
Sure.
I don't think so there either.
It's in the credits. I'm just going by what they're telling me. And they were like, hard to hold, Rick. Hard to hold. And he was all like, yes. So
I think it's more like they're turning out dollar bills. Like, keep coming. Nope. Keep coming. Keep coming. Yes. That's the proper amount of zeros.
Yes. So just to get into what's laughingly called a plot in Hard to Hold, Rick Springfield is rock god Jesse, Jamie, whatever. Rick Springfield. All right, and he kicks off with this wonderful opening show, and he's got a crowd standing on their feet, and he runs off stage, and he mops the sweat off and does a quick wardrobe change, and then goes out for his even rockin' or encore, and then he runs backstage again. There's a lot of that kind of shit going on in here, and he gotta go and shower off because, you know, fame and fortune and rock and roll is just sweaty business. and while he's in the shower, the band comes in, and his very angry former girlfriend, who's very upset because she is a co-songwriter and she has been introduced at the end of every tour, but they didn't do it this time.
What are you doing to me? I was supposed to be introduced. I'm always introduced at the end of a tour.
And so she's gonna smash a wine bottle and cut a motherfucker.
You asshole!
But Rick Springfield grabs a towel and tries to sneak out, and the next thing you know, he's running bare-assed away from a group of rabid fans. Takes a car, gets into a car accident, and just so happens to run into what is the love of his life.
Hey, wait a minute.
I'm James Roberts. I'm staying at the Fairmont. You're very beautiful.
Because she's pretty, and yet
she's cute.
She is and isn't. She has.
She's attractive enough.
She's no. When her face is still, she's lovely. When she has that like witchy gargoyle smile, it's terrifying.
I mean, she has the fakest laugh I've ever heard in my fucking life. It's really bad. But anyways.
So now, you know, he finds out that she's not a rock fan and she doesn't even know who he is.
That's her.
That's her? Is that her?
Jimmy, that's her.
Will you stop harassing me?
What?
I know who you are. You're a rock person of some sort.
You like my music?
No, I don't like your music.
And he asked her what kind of music she liked, and she says Tony Bennett. And he's all like, oh. So he goes and gets not Tony Bennett, someone else, because apparently Tony was busy that week.
I couldn't guess Tony. Isn't he great?
High on a hill.
Or he read the script.
He read the script. He absolutely read the script.
And he shows up outside her window with the man who's saying, I send my heart to San Francisco and whatnot. And naturally, she's all like, oh, I must have sex with you now.
James. James, time for you to go.
Because that's the message that a movie should send.
Well, yes.
But
Absolutely.
she has sex, and then we get a very weird, lingering shot on Rick Springfield's bare ass for some reason, and she's all like, you need to go. You need to get up on out of here. And he's like, I've never been thrown out before. And she's like,
I don't believe you're doing this.
Oh. And you never asked anyone to leave, right?
oh, but I bet you've thrown many out. And he's all like, hey, wait. And then he throws this very, 3-year-old temper tantrum.
That's just great. That is just great. Thank you very much.
And then they wind up hugging and kissing it out as she throws him out the door. And now he must pursue the doctor lady who is a child psychologist who specializes in children that have had some traumatic experience. But that's okay. You're never going to have to watch her do her job.
Nope.
They're just going to tell you all about it and tell her how qualified she is. But actually showing that, what do you think, this is a fucking movie? It's just...
How are you today, Mark?
Say hello. Come on, darling. Say hello.
And then at some point, shenanigans ensue.
My love will
It's about time.
Hold it. That's not doing it.
Cause I gotta really fucking end.
No, romance ensues.
Oh, bullshit.
Epic
There's no
romance.
No, none of that
The
fucking happens
kind
in this
of
fucking movie.
love that would just... If you ever see this movie all the way through, you will feel inadequate no matter how long you've been married.
Oh, dear Lord.
Let's get the cat out of here. Come on.
Make love to me.
Stop it. Stop it. No. This movie's an incredible piece of shit. Don't let him slate him as this bullshit fucking...
Oh, this is sarcasm, people.
Oh, God. God damn. This movie is fucking awful.
We have watched some awful movies.
Yeah.
We've watched a lot of awful movies. I would like to say, Justine Bateman, I gave you a lot of shit over Satisfaction last summer.
And rightly so.
And you had some of it coming. But I'm just going to tell you that crown of the worst movie about musicians I've ever seen has been snatched away by one Mr. Rick Springfield.
Oh, he has the heavyweight title, for sure now.
If you're too scared to take a chance, and I don't want it.
He'll be the reigning and defending champ for quite some time.
And we were discussing what makes a good movie about musicians. How do you take that and we had the problem with Michael J. Fox was most definitely not a rock star, even though they paired him up with Joan Jett. It just didn't work because he was not believable as that character.
No, I'm going to disagree.
He was likable.
He was fine. The problem with that movie wasn't Michael J. Fox. The problem with that movie was it was so fucking melodramatic and heavy.
Well,
and it just sucked the life right out of you.
I didn't mind that so much, but you did, and I can appreciate that.
Did.
And then we talked about Satisfaction, which, like, it was so just so bubblegum and poppy and like every music movie trope that you could cram in to a film in 90 minutes, and they managed to get all of them. so
probably a couple extra too, if I remember correctly. But either way, I mean, but at least they got band dynamics right.
Yeah, and then Eddie and the Cruisers probably was the closest to a movie that actually got what it's actually like to be in a band and to be trying to be successful and actually having that one breakout hit and yeah.
This had none of that.
No.
Hold it, that's not doing it.
No.
None
oh my
of that.
God.
There's zero band dynamics. They don't even mention the names of the other band members except for the ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Which did they actually mention her name? Did they call her by name?
They did call her by name.
This is bullshit, Owen. We're professionals. We shouldn't have to put up with this crap.
Right, Nikki, right. Just give me a break.
In there. But the thing is, okay, so she's the writing partner of Rick Springfield's character throughout this entire movie. And she has this like, oh, we've got to be edgy and you know, the world sucks and we've got to write songs about that. And Rick Springfield, because he's in love now, he wants to change the tone and he wants to write upbeat and uplifting songs. And so they're butting heads on that.
Straighten up or I'm gonna have to drop you. You're not giving me any choice.
And you would never know, if you hadn't watched like the first 10 minutes of this film, you would never know that they were supposed to, you know, have been in a relationship because there is no dynamic there.
No.
That she's jealous that he's dating this other woman, but at no point does she actually try to seduce him or win him back or sabotage the relationship. She's just there to talk about the good old days and how they used to write songs.
Back in the days when we couldn't even get beer money for the songs we wrote, what's that a point? You know, there's no point to them anymore. It's just not working.
And those were the songs that made us what we are. And it's so stupid.
Kicking me out of the band won't solve any of your problems.
And then to boot, when she actually has a conflict with the new girlfriend, we ended with that dumbass scene where her pulling the switchblade comb out of a drawer and popping it out and then combing her bangs like, A
comb.
I'm so cool. It's so dumb. And, you know, Janet, whatever her name is, she punches her in the face. And apparently that's just the end of that whole situation. No, they're fixed. We're moving on.
Yeah, and that's the other problem with this movie. They never spend any real time on any one thing,
no.
Except for the music sequences.
Yeah.
Especially like in the opening sequence. You know, you get the whole thing there. Not Tony Bennett.
It calls to me.
Sequence.
Yeah.
The times in the Italian restaurant.
And when they paid for the rights to a song, man, you're going to hear all of it from beginning to end. Yeah. The editing doesn't exist. It's like, well, we have this great song. Look, kulikula kulikula, yama yama ya kulikula. It's catchy as hell. I don't need to hear 5 minutes of it.
No.
While Rick Springfield and his new girlfriend stand there listening and clapping along. It's like, what is that shit?
Well, the second time he fell asleep. They had to wake him up.
It wasn't just him.
But anyways, all the stuff that should be important, like all the character development, you don't get any of that stuff. You get 90 to 2 minute segments. And you're just dropped into the scene. The scene happens, and then cut.
Yeah.
To the next scene.
There's no setup.
No.
There's no payoff for anything that comes later.
Nothing.
There is legitimately no arcs for any of the characters, other than the fact that Rick Springfield and What's-Her-Face are now in love.
What kind of guys you normally go out with?
Sailors.
that's it. Apparently they felt that was enough to carry the movie, that you know, after being romanced by Tony Bennett and having a one-night fling, now Rick Springfield is in hot pursuit, and therefore he's going to have to do everything he can and be Mr. Rock and Roll, and she's going to be Mr. Doctor Lady.
Yeah, but she doesn't want him to be Mr. Rock and Roll.
No.
She wants him to be more grounded.
Yeah.
I can't get in that thing. I mean, I won't.
What's the matter? You don't like limos?
Doesn't it embarrass you drawing all that attention to yourself?
So after his failed attempts to like woo her and impress her with the limo and then show up the dock and the fucking captain's fucking outfit for the dad.
Oh,
it was
God,
it was like a complete fucking douche.
Where's your makeup kit?
Oh, my God. I guess I overdressed.
You are totally nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he eventually kind of tones it down a little bit, becomes more of like an everyman type of thing.
Can we talk about that scene real quick? So yeah, her dad's supposed to be a longshoreman.
Yeah.
Blue collar working guy.
Yep.
And she takes him down to the docks to meet him for the first time. So he dresses in navy white dress uniform. And so she's like, no, this ain't happening. So she grabs him and they run off and they hop into a taxi cab and drive away. Do you remember how that scene ends?
No.
Mr. Roberts, may I have your autograph?
I don't remember. I'll be honest with you. I tuned in and out of this movie multiple times because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
I wish
other than the fact that they're supposed to be in love and they're, you know, arguing in 1 second, and then they're making up the next, and then they're arguing again, and then making up the next, and then it's like it's just like
first,
that's it. It's just over and over.
Him, then it's her, then it's him, then it's her, then it's him, then it's her.
Yeah, I know that. You think this is easy? Wasting us,
Then she's leaving to go away on a new job.
I'm going away.
He goes and performs his magnum opus, Hard to Hold, and it's such a breakaway hit. And let's talk about that concert up in a second. But it's such a runaway hit that he's got to run off stage and then run to the airport to meet her. And she's all like, oh, no, you can come. And he jumps in the air, clicking in his heels.
I love you.
And that's the end of the movie. Like, I shit you not. That is the end of the movie.
So here's my question for you. Is there an absolute lack of chemistry, or is it the editing is so bad that it makes it look like there's absolutely no chemistry?
The writing is terrible. Number one, none of their dialogue ever feels... Wait. None of their dialogue ever feels genuine or human or anything. It's so robotic.
Look, I hate to do this to you, but I really can't sleep. You know, I hate to wake up with people I don't know.
And it is so non-confrontational. There's like no conflict in this film. There's shit that pops up for a scene and then it disappears. And again. And because there's no conflict, there's no interaction between the two of them. They're never working on a problem together or trying to sort anything out or dealing with any issues. So that's item number one. Then you take that and you take a mediocre fucking director and you make those scenes as fucking lifeless and boring as possible. And then you take a bad editor who doesn't know how to trim a scene properly and you make those scenes feel like a fucking eternity even though they're only 3 minutes. And that's Hard to Hold. I stand by that judgment.
So it's not a lack of chemistry, it's a lack of everything else.
I'm sure, okay, she's attractive. He's a handsome guy.
Doesn't mean shit.
It doesn't mean anything if I don't feel like they want to tear each other's clothes off or rip each other's fucking heart out.
Hold it, that's not doing it.
And I get nothing from either of them. So
that's the answer I was looking for.
No, that's just, it's not just you. There's so much weird shit in this movie. There's 2 scenes in particular that we gotta address.
Okay.
The scene where she says that she doesn't like rock and roll and blah, 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 but then after she starts falling for Rick Springfield, she's jamming out to his, like, hottest tune, and she's in her office and she's dancing like an idiot. and then her assistant walks in, and she like embarrassed and walks over and turns the radio off, and that's it. That's the scene. There's nothing else to it. No explanation, no exposition. No, oh well, it's growing on me, or oh hey, you must really like him if you're listening to this. Nope. Nope. Forget that.
Hang on. Quick question.
Shoot.
So, which dancing is worse? Her dancing there or Crispin Glover in Friday the 13th Part 4?
Oh. You know, I'm going to go with hers for one reason and one reason only.
Okay.
She was a professional dancer before she took this role. That means Crispin Glover was just fucking winging it. She danced on Broadway. All right, she should have fucking known better.
That's not even white girl dancing. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Oh, Elaine from Seinfeld would be like, sweet moves. The other scene we've got to talk about. Okay, so we have the whole introduction of the dad. It's such a weird ass thing. Then for some reason they have to throw in this like he does remote control boats thing, and that's how they actually meet and actually, you know, for the first real time have an interaction as, you know, suitor for his daughter and dad. Which that's all weird and stupid
that
anyway.
The whole thing took like 45 seconds. Like, hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Here, check out my remote control boat.
Yeah, oh, wait.
And that's it, cut scene.
There was one bad joke in there where he's like, I gotta ask you a serious question.
Do you have herpes?
Yes.
And that's it. That's the introduction. That's all you get.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's this movie. You get like a little sliver of something, and that's it. And there's no connective tissue to anything at all.
No.
Zero.
The perfect example of that was the second scene I wanted to talk about, which is the retirement party. Rick Springfield has a big bathtub full of Dom Perignon delivered to her dad's retirement party. And they're cutting it up, and then Rick Springfield and what's-her-face go off and do whatever. But then they come back the next morning, and there's the dad in a pile of Dom Perignon bottles. He's laying on the ground dead. And she's all, oh, and then she starts ugly sobbing. And it's so out of nowhere. At no point did anybody say, oh, well, yeah, my dad has a heart condition. He should really take it easy. That would have been nice. It would have been nice to have some sort of setup, but apparently somebody poisoned one of the bottles. I blame Rick.
I don't know. But you see the dad for like 4 quick scenes before he dies. So how are you supposed to have any attachment to this guy at all whatsoever?
How are you supposed to any understanding of how close their relationship is?
Yeah.
You know, he's a blue-collar working class guy. She went to school to get a doctorate and blah, 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 and she hangs around with the upper crust and all this. You don't get any kind of conflict with you know, hey, I'm the one that put you through school, and that's why you got to do all this. Nothing. No. You know what? We don't need any of that. Why? Rick fucking Springfield, baby.
Yeah, I know that. You think this is easy? Wasting us, baby!
So,
again, you can't blame this on Rick.
I can't blame it on Rick, but my God, there is legitimately nothing here. This is 2 pieces of bread. It's a Rick Springfield sandwich. There's no meat in it.
and that is the perfect description, because it opens with him in concert, then it ends with him in concert. So go ahead and talk about that one.
Well, okay, so the end concert, we get to watch Rick Springfield go out on stage, hook up his guitar, do the whole wind up of the crowd thing, and then he breaks out into Hard to Hold. And man, he kills it. And the audience goes nuts. And then Rick Springfield walks off stage. Now, if you paid for those Madison Square Garden tickets where that motherfucker only sang one song and then ran off the stage, there should have been a riot at the end of this film. But it's all in service to this paper-thin Springfield sandwich that is just a giant fucking nothing burger.
It is paper fucking thin. There is nothing there. I mean, it's
the amount of effort is zero.
I don't think there's even any bread there. It's a slice of fucking bologna in your fucking hand, and that's it.
That's too much meat. It's breadcrumbs at best.
It's an imaginary tea party. There's nothing. There's empty cups and empty plates.
Finger sandwiches. This movie is fucking terrible. I get why Mike is trying to say it's not Rick Springfield's fault. It's not. But he was the star of this show, and he was the reason this movie got made. He really should have fucking said something. He read the script. He said this script sucks.
Yes,
they
he did.
started adding zeros to his paycheck, and he said, I can make it work. Well,
no, you can't. You can't, Rick. You can't polish a fucking turd.
Yeah, I know that. You think this is easy? Wasting his time, Tommy!
I'm sorry. You can't.
You deserved a better screenplay for your star-making vehicle than this.
You need a better agent. If you had an agent that had any lick of intelligence, would be like, no, this is a piece of fucking shit. You know it's a piece of fucking shit. Pass it up. Other deals will come your fucking way.
Yes.
Just be patient. Be patient.
He'd been on General Hospital. He was the heartthrob from there. He had the runaway hit with Jesse's Girl. He won a Grammy on that. It was coming your way. All you had to do was actually read.
No, he read. And be patient. Hold out. Hold out for the better fucking script.
Yeah.
You didn't. You let the money fucking talk. And you paid for it.
Yes. There's short-term gain and long-term gain. This was most definitely the former. But
absolutely. But I will say this, though. His acting does kind of suck in this. Because it's very soap opera acting. As a matter of fact, this whole movie is very much a...
Very soap opera.
Yeah, it's a one-season arc of one character and his love interest dissected. Because that's how this whole thing feels. It's a soap opera scene and another soap opera scene. And another soap opera scene. And another soap opera scene.
But without the setup and payoff. There's literally nothing set up. There's nothing paid off. Every scene is an isolated thing. And therefore it all adds up to nothing. So, a
collage.
Shit, a Lego set. I mean, I don't know. It's fascinating to watch a movie this bad, but at the same time, it's like hurting to have watched a movie this bad.
Dude, this is awful. This is the worst movie that we have watched, for me, in my opinion. And we've watched some fucking shit. This is bad.
Yes.
Like I can't think of another movie that even comes close to this.
You're not wrong. I don't disagree with you.
Like it's not even. I mean, there's a couple laugh out loud funny moments.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sorry, and I think you did too.
Oh yeah.
You laughed at the dad dying.
Oh yes. When the dad died, I laughed. And then the other scene, that's a little bit later, where she's sitting at the table and she's reading through the newspaper, and then she starts ugly sobbing. I laughed hilariously at that because immediately what popped into my head was, man, that must have been a really dark Blondie and Dagwood comic strip she was reading. It was just so out of nowhere. It's not like she was reading a story and then father blah 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 dies and she's reminded and cries. No, it's just literally her reading the paper and then it's so weird.
Is there anything redeeming about this movie?
Yes, but not in the way you're thinking.
Okay.
Bill Mumy was in this, which Bill Mumy was from Lost in Space and also Lanier on Babylon 5. He has the briefest glimmer of someone who's actually trying to bring some serious acting to this film.
Oh, hey man, please keep us away from my instrument, please.
Hey, don't get your tits in a knot, huh?
But he's on screen for so little, it almost feels like, oh shit, he's out acting everybody. We gotta lop all this footage out. That's number one. Number two, what is her name again? Hang on, her name is Janet Eilber. Janet Eilber was in a movie the year prior to this, And I think this is why they cast her in this role. And the name of the film was Whose Life Is It Anyway? It's a movie starring Richard Dreyfuss, and he is an artist, and he's in a horrible car accident, and he is paralyzed from the neck down. Now, his girlfriend, who was played by her, she was a dancer and she was his muse, and there was like several wonderful scenes of her like dancing and him saying, hold that pose, and he's trying to sketch it out really fast. It's really endearing, and I think that's kind of what they were going for and why they wanted her for this role. But there's just so fucking nothing on the page. There's nothing for her to do here. You know, so does she have chops? Yes. Did this movie even let her flex a little bit? Not even close.
Okay.
So
there's one redeeming thing so far.
That
doesn't count.
There is talent here. It's just showcased poor. Yes, there is one redeeming thing here. This is proof that you can get the hottest singer who's a good-looking guy who actually has some acting credits to his name, and you can still make a dismal-ass, completely forgettable movie.
If you're too scared to take a chance, then I don't want it.
Well, that's not redemption.
It's not redemption.
That's a failure.
It's more of a lesson.
So again, there's absolutely nothing redeeming in this fucking movie. I mean,
it's a bad movie.
It's a bad movie, and the couple Rick Springfield songs that are in are pretty decent for me. That's the only real redeeming.
There you go. Yeah. There's your redeeming factor. Hard to Hold was actually, it's a solid song, and Stand Up is actually a pretty decent song.
I didn't like Stand Up. I think Stand Up sucks. It probably contributes to a shitty dancing, because I think is it that song in that scene?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand by that one. So.
Are you ready for some notes? We'll keep this brief.
Please.
Okay, so the budget for Hard to Hold was $8 million. The box office for Hard to Hold was $11,113,806.
I cannot believe this movie made us fucking money back.
They were really counting pennies on this one.
Oh, man.
It opened in 7th place with an opening weekend of $3.4 million. Larry Peerce, who directed this, you know, he cut his teeth making a film called The Big TNT Show, which was a concert film from 1965. So as far as how he shoots the concert scenes at the beginning and at the end, at least they feel genuine. It feels like a real concert.
Yeah.
I'll give it that.
Yeah.
But that's so, like, I'm throwing a bone to this movie at best.
You are. You're being generous.
This film was edited to a PG from an R. We'll never know what was lost. I don't care.
More Rick Springfield's ass.
Just to dispel any myths you might have about Rick Springfield and his sudden rise to fame after the hit music of Jesse's Girl and his acting on General Hospital. Rick Springfield was actually in a band called Zoot in 1969 to 1971, which had a minor Australian hit. And then he came over to the United States because he wanted to make it big, you know, where it mattered. And the record company saw him and they thought, there's something here. We're going to make you a teen idol like Donny Osmond or David Cassidy.
I don't think it worked.
So they gave him his very own Saturday morning cartoon called Mission Magic. Which was a spin-off of the Brady Kids, and it aired for 16 whole episodes in 1973. Now, apparently that didn't do his career a whole lot of favors because he kind of disappeared until 1980-something, and then he popped up on General Hospital because everybody had forgotten about Mission Magic. And then he had his runaway hit with Jesse's Girl, and he won a Grammy, and then he went on to have a lot of really solid music in the 80s, but I don't think his acting career ever quite recovered from Hard to Hold.
Would it be safe to say this movie probably tanked his career?
Yes. There was absolutely potential there for him to be a double threat. He could absolutely have been a well-received or well-regarded actor. You don't have to be a great actor if you can find the right role and you fit into it. Jason Statham is living proof. If they had managed to get Rick Springfield in the right movie with the right script and not make him feel like a 3-year-old throwing a fucking temper tantrum.
Okay, everybody takes 10. Nobody goes anywhere. Oh, and we're in trouble.
Like he did in this fucking movie.
Oh, jeez.
He potentially could have been that Rocky actor-y guy. You don't have to be the best actor to be a star. You just gotta look good and be able to say a line like it's coming out of your mouth, not someone else's. That's it. That's all that was required.
Yeah.
Joan,
because I don't know if he stopped doing General Hospital after this, because obviously I didn't watch soap operas. So I don't know, like, if immediately after this, like, did he stop doing General Hospital too? Did his music career kind of die off after this? I didn't look that deep into it. As a matter of fact, I didn't really think about it, like, just now.
He had some hits after this. This album, the album for this particular movie, did well enough. Okay. There were some hits. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Everybody remembers the song "Hard to Hold."
Yeah, just not the movie.
Yeah, just not the movie. Exactly. So there's something to be said there. But I think "Bop Till You Drop" and
I remember that one.
"Human Touch" was a really big hit.
That's a good song.
And I think music videos, he does well enough in those. He carried all of his music videos. He got very ambitious with his music videos. I think he was trying to say, hey, no, look, I can act. Look, I can sing and act. I'm a double threat. But it didn't quite work out that way. So he did do some minor roles after this, but I don't think anybody was willing to cough up $8 million for a star vehicle for him again.
No. I mean, the long and short of it is this. I mean, just read your scripts, and when you know your script is a piece of shit, don't let the dollars fucking suck you in. No means no.
Yeah,
have some integrity.
You are absolutely right about one thing. This is most definitely Rick Springfield's fault because there are some talented people in the cast. I'm sure they all signed on because Rick Springfield said yes.
Probably.
If he hadn't been the one that said yes first, I don't think the redheaded chick would have signed on. I don't think that Jill would have signed on. The guy that played the manager.
Let's just record what we got. We can't waste any more time here. We got a concert to rehearse for.
Because, rushing art has always,
That always works out for you.
Yeah, that works out real great. But yeah, so...
Yeah. It's a piece of shit movie. I'm sorry we reviewed it, but some people requested it, so part of the fault is on you.
Part of it is on us for bringing it up in the first place.
This is true. All right, so I mean, we got on that one.
I'm taking my spoonful of Springfield. And my Rick Springfield sandwich. So, this is an absolute. Now, this is not a not recommend. This is an avoid. This movie. If you fondly remember this movie, leave it in the past. You'll be happier for it. Rewatching it through adult eyes. If this doesn't make your eyes roll, I don't know what will. This is patently terrible fucking movie.
I think when I was texting you saying how awful this movie was, didn't you say Karen got up and left?
Yes. Like literally, like we made it about 35 minutes into it and she's like, let me know when it's done.
And I think you also said before we started shooting this episode that this is the first movie that you had to stop and take a break.
Yes.
And we watched some garbage, and Tony has a high tolerance for fucking garbage and bullshit.
I'm a fan of trash cinema. I really am. For me to have to stop a movie, go do something else, collect my thoughts, and then come back and finish it, that is the hallmark of how shit this film is.
This movie is so bad that normally I would stop, but I wanted to get it done and over with. Like as fast as possible. So I never have to watch it again. And the sad thing is, we're talking about this twice now. Because the first time we tried recording this, our recorder fucked up. So here we are talking about it again for a second time.
Yes.
So
yes.
we got a double dose of fuck you from Mr. Springfield. I hate this movie. I mean, don't watch it. Don't recommend it. It's a piece of shit. That's what I got.
We will catch you next time.